gotta do, man. It's gonna be very, very hard for you because I know you like nice man. You a nice guy. You good man. But like all good men and all good people out there, you got to learn to lie, my boy. Cause your lying game it ain't up to snuff and yeah, that girl spoiler warning, yeah, she gonna be your wife and you may just maybe wanna like learn how to fudge the truth there a little. Just a little. Not a lot. Let's get to it. Oh my god. That was funny. Alright, what's going on everybody? This is your Anime Legacy in the Anime Lounge and normally, much as I love it, I don't do solo leveling because it doesn't get a lot of views when I do it. But today, I'm sorry, let me close that up. Today is special. Because today, Sun Jin Woo met his wife. Now, before we get to that, since I am doing a solo level review, let me go ahead and just briefly talk about the first 3 episodes because I have watched them. I mean, the first episode, I kind of wish there was a little bit more from it. I mean, outside of, stuff that probably will and has fueled that whole sister leveling a bridge thing, which is funny but weird. There's nothing really to say about episode 1 of this season. It's a nice setup. We get a little bit into the inner workings of the Hunters Association and how people are trying to figure out Jinwoo, the dumb brother that's still alive. I'm calling them the dumb brothers because you'll find out when we get there. When we get there, why this brother's dumb, but we already know why the other brother's dumb because he's dead now and he didn't have to be. We all could have got bread. We all could have got fed. But you had to be on that murder, kill stuff, and we was on G time. I mean, we got parent teacher conferences to go to. Mama's bills gotta get paid, man. We ain't got time for that killy nonsense that you was on. So you made choices and you found out. So G time. And your brother can be mad about it all you want. He gonna get got too. Don't you fret none. He gonna get got too. Got down the road. But we talking about that. Now, speaking of other people who got done wrong, we got Tank and Iron this season. I mean, yeah, Tank just got done wrong because Tank was a bear and Tank basically decided to, be a bear and eat people. Sun Jin Woo didn't like that very much, and him and his army went to war with the bear, and he had Icarus kill Tank. That's how Tank became Tank. Nothing much here. You know, nothing special. Everybody who went with Sun Jin Woo survived. Just don't ask no questions how we did. No, just know we was eating bear meat, and then this dude whose name I don't remember right now. I know his name was Kim something, like everybody else was, but that's how much I cared about him, except for the part when he came in and he was counting the three before he killed everybody because he was so hungry because he went off and again. People make decisions, which is what I probably should have called this, review. But since this is just a small recap of, the first three episodes, not really gonna spend too much time on. Basically, the best part about this, I went back and watched it in English earlier, and it's like, yeah, like 1, 2, 3, pound that dude's head forward. Like, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a him move right there. And then just basically letting our Icarus kill him and make him useful against the elves. And I would have done that elf the same way. I mean, he was showing mad disrespect. I mean, he sat up there and saw Sun Jin Woo save the little girl because he was supposed to be trying to do scare straight on her. And it didn't really even do nothing. All she wanted to do was go on raids with him after all this was done and pretty much, fuel the allegations, which you, again, can watch in that solo level in the bridge, thing that's out right now. Um, Now, episode 3 is where things get interesting. That's the episode I probably should start on, but, like I said, I don't get that many views on solo leveling, so I don't really do it, but I do watch it and I do love it. I've actually, like with Ari Ferretta, I have read or listened to the audiobooks thanks to YouTube. So I know what's gonna happen at the end of the main story. And I'm kind of currently gonna catch up on solo leveling Ragnarok. And I'll talk a little bit about that when a certain character, and we deal with a certain character in the Demon Castle, comes out. Because we should be dealing with her within the next, I want to say, month. But basically, Sun Jin Woo's daddy came home and he bought the milk. I mean, I personally, just as a Christian, was kind of shocked to actually hear a Japanese person say Jesus in an anime because I never knew what Jesus sounded like in Japanese. So like the dude saw Sun Jin Woo's dad, Sung Il Wong, he was like Jesus, and even he was trying to speak American and say I want to go home. And it's like it's kind of good picking up on something that was done in, if you've seen Anya Speaks in Russian, where you actually see anime show you that Japanese can speak other languages. Because the actor actually did speak English. So Japanese people can speak English, they just don't feel comfortable speaking the language because they learn English in school. Just a little bit of life lessons there. But basically, yeah, he runs into, speaking of Sun Jin Woo's father, runs into the dumb brother because Sun Jin Woo didn't really do much outside of clearing like the first 50 levels of the Demon Castle and probably make Jin Ho like he little brother them and basically had that dude crying because his Xiao Means did all the work in the mining thing. So yeah. Basically little ruin him and humiliate him a little bit. But beyond that, Sun Jin Woo didn't do anything. This episode was all about the dumb brother meeting Sun Jin Woo's daddy and starting some that's gonna lead to his death. Didn't lead to his death this time, but gonna lead to his death in the future. Again, foreshadow. Not gonna spoil it, but basically gonna lead to his death again. Now, after all of this, it's time to go into this episode. And getting into the Dung brother and Sung Ye Won, I'm a little bit disappointed because I wanted to see that fight, because especially when Sung Ye Won was glowing with the gold, I wanted to see what he could do. I mean, I know what he can do because I, again, listened to the audiobooks for Solo Leveling, but I kind of just want to see it animated. But yeah, his Daddy Wu is Daddy Wu real strong. And it was nice this episode to see Sun Jin Woo interact with his mama. You know, again, pushing the relatability of Sun Jin Woo as a character, which unfortunately, just to give you a little bit of heads up for people who watching, is going to be when this series gets really interesting, because with what I know about this series, it's either going to be around the end of the season or the middle of the season where Sun Jin Woo's mother is actually healed, because basically we're gonna clear them last few parts of the Demon Castle and get the rest of the stuff we need. And then we gonna go there. And speaking of the Demon Castle, that's why Sun Jin Woo did what he did in this episode, because he wanted to know what an A-rank boss looked like, so he could get stronger and get better equipment, so he can go back into the Demon Castle and, you know, get what he needs for his mom. But before that, speaking of lying, he decided that, yeah, maybe I don't need to lie about the fact that, you know, I'm not E-rank no more. So he went and he did the reawakening thing, and much like with, you know, the Z Fighters and the Punching Machine, you know, it was basically like, yeah, he put his hand on it and, yeah, basically said system error, because, you know, obviously Sun Jin Woo's above S rank. He met, you know, Chairman Go, and Chairman Go said basically, you know, do you want to join the Hunter Association? He said no. And I'm like, okay, Sun Jin just wants to be, you know, his own person. And I think that's good. I think that's good, establishing that relationship. I mean, you know, Chairman Go is going to be one of the people that Sun Jin Woo respects the most later on. But the big part of this episode is we finally have Shahe. Now, personally, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with Shahe. And it's not because I don't like Shahe as a character. In truth, because you can go online and look this up. It's not hard to find. It's not the biggest secret in the world. There are multiple people who have done video essays on this relationship. You know, Anime Balls Eve, Anime Uproar, who I'm kind of currently looking at right now, you know, while I was, you know, doing this video, and others who have basically talked about Shahe and Jin Woo's relationship. And I will say, if you are a harem ecchi fan, you should want this relationship like I do, because I love this relationship. I love the fact that we are going to get a harem-style relationship in a non-harem setting. And maybe I may do, you know, a video on harem ecchi relationships and the misconceptions that people have for them, that hopefully this anime will show that those relationships are just as real as other relationships you've seen in anime and other forms of media. But the reason I hate this relationship is because, I should say Shahe, is I kind of wanted to go on a little bit longer because what they've done with Shahe is what Rick and Morty did with Jessica, except this time it's going to be right because Jessica and Rick and Morty is a trash character as far as I'm concerned. So they let you see her for a scene or two, especially like last week when all of y'all was sitting out there looking at her in that swimsuit. You know, like, yes sir, yes sir. You know, yeah. So you're going to see a lot more of her going forward. A lot more Shahe. But as for this episode, like I said in the intro, you gotta learn to lie, because, at the end of the episode, she basically caught Sun Jin Woo. And that was funny, because Sun Jin Woo was like, all of us, when we get off of work, again with the relatability thing, he got off of work and he's like, yeah, I'm off of work, it's time to go. He wanted to get in there, he was fiending, he had that knife at the ready, he was about to go up in there and try to cut up everything. And she was like, what you doing here? He's like, like, wow. I was like, come on, man, get your best lie out, my boy. But just a few things.